Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's show. I'm Dan Cahill here with TriStar Boxing, and I want to welcome Mr. Rydell Super Maze Jr. Guys, you gotta love that smile right there. Come on. So tonight went ahead and made some concessions. Instead of doing Tuesday night, I was a little bit under the weather, so we moved to tonight, and I'm glad we did. I'm feeling great, and I'm feeling even better now knowing that I have one of the elite fighters from my hometown, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, in the room with me. So a little bit about how I ran into this guy the first time, and it's actually about him running, not me. So I used to live out on Wall Street, and I would ride to work to Nissan of Murfreesboro, Memorial Boulevard, and every single morning I'd go out and I'd see this guy running on the side of the road, and I never really thought anything of it. Fast forward about 2 years later, and I'm in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, at a fight night, and you want to pick up the story from there? What happened in that fight? Murfreesboro.
Dang, I think I knocked him out.
I think you knocked him out. One of three. My boy Rydell Mays over here is 3-0 professional boxing right now. And how did all three of those come about? 3 KOs? 3 up, 3 down?
Ugly KOs.
Ugly KOs.
Ugly.
I'm talking, I think I heard a couple of people in the background yell. What'd they yell?
I can't repeat it. Okay.
World Star! But Rydell's in good shape right now. Me and Rydell actually did a hype video together. It was my first one that I actually videoed, and I wanted to put together something for him for his next fight for TriStar. But he's actually fighting this Saturday. This Saturday he's going to be fighting in South Carolina in Rock Hill, December 14th. This Saturday, Rock Hill, South Carolina. I want you to share the live stream of that event so I can watch it here, because I'm not going to be able to make South Carolina because I got warrants.
It'll probably be a short live stream, but I got
you. Yeah. Well, that's me and Ty were on last, and as soon as me and Ty got on here, I said, "You gonna knock him out for me?" He said, "It'll be a quick fight, as promised. Quick fight." Did you catch it?
Yeah, we're gonna keep them promises.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just saying, everybody that's been on the show that has promised a knockout.
Got their knockout.
Knockout. I'm your good luck, man. It is what it is.
Cool. I appreciate it.
No, but so Rydell, will you tell me how you got your start in boxing?
I grew up a boxing fan. My dad was a big boxing fan, so growing up, every time there was fights on, that's when HBO was real big in boxing. We were in front of the TV. I think the first time I went into the boxing gym, my dad took me. I was 15, and it's kind of crazy. My first ever trainer, the person who first told me how to throw a punch correctly, was also from Nashville, world title contender, Jonathan Reed.
Jonathan Reed.
Yeah, and he's actually still around in the Nashville
hard hitting
area.
Jonathan Reed too, boy.
Yeah, and it was kind of crazy because my first ever trainer. And then I actually got to spar with him a couple times before his last pro fight before he retired.
Poor guy. Poor guy. Were you nice to him? Did you take it easy?
No, it was some good work. It was a learning experience. All
right. He taught you technique. You taught him strength.
Man, what happens in sparring stays in sparring.
All right, I like that. I can get down with that for sure. So your pops introduced you to boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you fall in love with it right away, or was it something that you kind of went into haphazardly and then fell in love with it more and then went full bore? Or did you just jump all in right from the get-go?
No, I was always in love with it, but I was kind of more so chasing the team sports. I wanted to do everything my friends were doing.
What was your first love, sports-wise?
Football.
Football?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, looking back on it now, I know I always loved boxing more than I loved the other sports, even though I was good in a lot of the other sports. But I just wanted to play. My friends, boxing is a lonely sport.
Yeah, it's a one-man team.
Yeah, exactly.
You got people in your corner, but it's only one of you can get in there and put in the work.
Right, and then especially when you're not in a big boxing city. I think if I grew up in another city like
New York, Chicago,
or, yes, one of those places, most of my friends would have been in the boxing gym with me. But I mean, everything happens for a reason. So definitely no regrets. I'm 3-0
Yeah.
undefeated.
No,
So
you definitely escaped some of the hardships that come with living in New York, living in Chicago. So
yeah,
we're lucky on that. But we're glad to have you here in the borough. I need a hometown champ.
yeah,
Okay, got to have a hometown champ. I need someone to root for.
it's on the way.
All right, all right. So what's next, man? We're going into this fight Saturday. We're taking home the W.
Yeah, most definitely.
From there, where do we go?
I'll be right.
Shameless plug right there. Where do we go
Yeah.
next, Rydell?
So I haven't even made the announcement yet, but I will be back in Nashville fighting January 16th. It's a Thursday night, January 16th.
I know Matt Young is at home just cringing because I'm not supposed to be talking about it, but I'm bringing my boy in. Pride of Murfreesboro right here. January 16th.
We're at the Nashville Fairgrounds.
Fairgrounds. Fight at the Fairgrounds 5. And Rydell, Ty Tomlin, and Senna. Is Ty fighting that?
Yeah, Senna's
Ty,
on it.
Senna, and then
Chachi, Larry Donald. Yeah,
Larry
so
Donald with a second pro fight.
Yeah.
Chachi's got something to prove too because he came on the show and promised me a knockout as well. So he's going to be getting a knockout January 16th.
Yeah, he's gonna get
Last fight at the Fairgrounds, every fight went the distance. This fight at
That's
the
'cause I didn't
Fairgrounds,
fight.
knockout city.
Yeah, they all went the distance because I didn't fight.
That's it. You heard it here. He's promising knockouts. What we have next for you guys is I love Murfreesboro, and I've been talking about that, but Rydell loves Murfreesboro a little bit more than I do because he's been a little bit more active and he's been giving back. I know this is something that's near and dear to you. Tell us a little about what we're doing here in Murfreesboro right now. I know you're out there helping the homeless, but there's also classes that you're doing. Tell me about the classes.
I actually, whenever I do have the time, a passion of mine is doing the women's self-defense classes. Just because I have a mother, I have sisters, a lot of female family members, and I also have a young daughter. So with this crazy trend of sex trafficking and things like that going on, it's very important for our women to know how to defend themselves because there's not always going to be a man around. And in that, also a part of the class is I teach them awareness, how
to avoid the situation.
how to avoid being in the situation in the first place. And it's a lot of little subtle things that go into it. One of the big points I touch on is when you're walking from your car to the inside of the store, or out of the store to your car. Put those phones down. Get your face out of your phone. You should be looking around at your surroundings.
Keep your head on a swivel.
Right, so you know what's going on. Because a lot of times they want to be able to catch you by surprise. They're not looking for the person that's alert. They're looking for the person who's down in their phone talking, having a conversation or texting so they can catch you. The element of surprise is everything for them.
Absolutely.
So you want to take that away from them. So that's one of the big things I touch on. And I do those as often as I can. If you're interested in one of those, you can reach out to me via my Facebook or Instagram just to kind of inquire about when I'm doing another one. I also do them for companies as well. I did one for a cleaning service a couple months ago. Who they have a lot of female employees that are alone cleaning office buildings after hours. Okay. So I did one for that company not too long ago.
And I will say that every single fight that I've been to that Rydell was at, as soon as the fight was over, you catch him after the fight, he's holding his baby girl. So she's a cutie pie. Go ahead and give the kids a shout out. How many kids you got? What's their names? How old are they?
My oldest is Caden, he's 10. Then I have Josiah, he's 6. I have Jeremiah, he's 3. And then I have Rylan, she's 1.
Okay. I've got a 3-year-old and soon to be 8-year-old, Carter and Clark, both boys, and they're getting real big into boxing now. So they're going to be at the fight in January 16th at the Fairgrounds, and we'll bring them out. It'll be the first one that I have my kids at, but they normally watch the live stream of the fight. So you got fans out there over there as well. We definitely also want to talk about some of the youth camps that you guys are that you're promoting, that you're helping out with.
Most definitely. A long-term goal of mine is to open up a big youth boxing program here in Murfreesboro. So in the meantime, what we like to try to do is do a camp as often as possible. I'll have a short little break in between fights, so I'm looking to do another youth camp sometime in March. And those youth camps will be 100% free. Anytime I do a youth camp for the kids, it'll be 100% free. Um, so
I might show up, pick on somebody on my own side. Get ready, kids. What's up? It's going down.
just to give them, just to give the kids another option. Um, I know boxing is a unique sport. It's definitely not for everybody, but you want your kids to have some sort of knowledge and know how to defend themselves if
And
they
it's a
ever are in a
discipline too. I
situation.
mean,
Yeah,
boxing
most
really,
definitely.
really, really is a discipline thing. Most of the fighting sports, people always think, "Oh, karate's a discipline thing," but I mean, any of the combat sports, really, that's the main thing that we focus on
Right.
is self discipline and knowing, how you can kind of either inflict pain on somebody and when to use it and when not to use it.
Right.
When not to use it being the key thing. But my man is a southpaw right now, currently, and he's fighting in the heavyweight division.
Mhm.
But he's trimming up. He's trimming up. We're gonna go cruiserweight soon.
Yeah, we got to.
We got to.
Yeah, we got to.
These big
Um,
boys, man, they're
yeah,
tall. They
it's
got a
just
reach on
yeah,
them.
it's just a better fit for me and my body type. The heavyweight division now has changed a lot over the years, and the giants are reigning. Um,
Yeah, I mean you got
6'7",
6'6", 6'7".
6'9",
Yeah, it's crazy.
like yeah,
Fury's what 6'8",
6'9".
6'9". Yeah, it's kind of like and it's not like little league baseball stats where you're really 5'11". No, this
No, they're
dude
6'9" for
is
real.
6'9" for real. And if you see him in person, it is a mountain of a man. I mean,
Yeah,
it is crazy. I mean, you got Wilder, AJ,
Joshua.
and Fury that are
Yeah,
all
them,
6'6" and up.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's
I
crazy.
mean, and like I tell people all the time, this is boxing. It's not fighting.
Yeah,
Um, so
reach is a very big thing.
yeah, and at that level and with that amount of height and reach, if they don't want you to touch them, you're not really gonna be able to touch them if they're in shape.
That's what happened to Ruiz.
Yeah, exactly.
You want
I
to
mean,
elaborate on that fight?
I called it. Everybody that knows me, I told them Joshua wasn't losing that fight. Um, it's just it was fundamental boxing. He kept him on the outside. He fought to his advantage. Ruiz, you could see it in the fight. Ruiz was frustrated. He actually stopped a couple times and stood there in the middle of the ring like, "There's nothing I can do," and he knew it.
Yeah.
Um,
Vegas was touting, oh, look how fast Ruiz's hands are. Look how
man,
he's slimmed down. He's got so much faster. He's got so much better. He's really in shape for this fight. Mike
mhm,
Tyson said it best. He gave away his biggest advantage. The
mhm,
extra 20, 30 pounds that he was carrying around that he could throw on one lucky punch to end the fight. Because if you fight a technical fight like AJ did,
mhm,
you put it out of reach for somebody like Ruiz. I mean, you
yeah,
really do. And
yeah,
he got caught once, and he wasn't going to make the same mistake twice.
right, exactly, exactly. He had nothing to prove. Um, I like knocking people out.
Okay.
If you can knock somebody out in a fight, cool, get it over with. We're not getting paid overtime. But at the end of the day, if I know I can outbox you and your only chance to beat me is to knock me out, why am I going to give you that opportunity?
Who do you want to see next, heavyweight?
What do you mean?
What's the next big fight that you want to see?
The same fight everybody wants to see, Wilder Joshua.
Wilder Joshua?
Yeah,
You don't think
yeah.
Wilder Fury?
It's boring.
Oh man,
It's boring. Um, I mean, Fury.
I think Joshua gets knocked out in the first 3 rounds.
I think they both beat Joshua. I
Yeah,
think Wilder and Fury beat Joshua.
that's what I'm saying. You got to put the two elites together. I mean, Joshua just earned his chance. He's
Man,
got next.
I think
Next. He doesn't
I
have.
think
He's
I
not.
think
He's not on the on deck circle.
I think Wilder and Fury both beat Joshua, but out of the three, the most exciting fight will be between Wilder and Joshua.
So, do you think that because this is a big point of contention with professional boxing, do you think that it should be the most exciting fight, or do you think that it should be the person who has earned their chance to be in the ring? Because this is something that plagues boxing right now. You could have somebody who, could possibly be the baddest dude out there, beat everybody, but if he's boring to watch, then no one wants to give him the shot.
At the end of the day, just being 100% honest, like this is a dangerous sport. It's a brutal sport. I mean, we've lost a couple lives this year
Yeah, recently.
in boxing, and with that being said, everybody's in boxing for the same thing, and that's to make money. Um, I mean, at the end of the day,
So you want the better fight.
the better what I mean at the end of
The
the
more
day,
entertaining fight.
yeah, the fight that's going to be more entertaining because it's going to sell more. It's going to sell more tickets. It's going to sell more pay-per-views. And I mean, ultimately, that's what's always going to take precedence over what we might feel like might be the better overall fight. The more entertaining fight is the one that people are going to pay to see. So that's always going to happen first.
Okay. All right. Now, are you strictly a boxing fan, or do you get out into the other sports? Do you watch UFC? Do you watch any other combat sports, or is it strictly boxing for you? Are you a purist, or?
Man, I like fighting.
Okay.
So
he likes watching it, folks. Watching it.
yeah. I'm not fighting outside the boxing ring at all.
So I just found out the other day, guys. People used to tell me that people had to register their hands as a deadly weapon if you were a professional boxer, professional fighter, and it was assault with a deadly weapon if you got hit with them. I just found out. I'm 30 years old. I believed that my entire life. I just found out that's hocus pocus.
Is it?
Lies. All lies.
I mean,
100%. Did anybody else know that? Am I not alone here? Is that
think-
crazy?
I think
Mike Wilson from Oregon, my buddy Mike, sends his love from says much love from Oregon.
What up, Mike?
Can't wait for the next show.
Bring Mike up on the screen for us so we can see Mike's comment. We'll give him a shout out.
All right, hang on.
Go ahead and give me that transition right there. Oh man, that's too small. I can't even read it. Go to the big one. Bring up the big one for me. There we go. First class promotion. Keep up the great work. Keep up the great work. Much love from Oregon. Can't wait for the next show. Thank you, Mike Wilson. Will Hunter, what's crack-a-lacking in Tennessee? Well, it is cold as... it is so cold out here. It's been snowing. I'm from New England, so I spent the last 10, 15 years here, and I got used to the warm weather, and now I'm a sissy like the rest of the guys here in Tennessee. Yeah, I said it. I'm in the room with a pro heavyweight fighter, and I just called everybody in here a sissy. They canceled school the other day because it might snow the next day.
No snow on the ground.
Not a single bit of snow on the
They
ground.
don't want to get sued.
Yeah, no. You know what it is? Kroger, whenever their sales are low, they're starting to call the schools and say, "Hey, we need to sell some bread and milk. Can you guys, can you go ahead and get a call snow day for us, please?" all these country folk run out and get some bread and milk. Jake Bratton, Cody said hello. All right, so I also wanted to talk on something because I kind of passed over it earlier. My boy Rydell has been helping the homeless, and he actually just did a coat drive.
Yeah.
So tell me what that entailed. Tell me how successful we were, because by the looks of everything that I saw, it went very well, and a lot of people came out in big support. I'm going to give a shout out to somebody who I saw that helped out, because they normally just stay in the background and don't get credit for anything. But Bill Taylor, big shout out.
Most definitely.
Big shout out to him. Appreciate you. We see you out here. Even if you think it goes unnoticed, it does not.
Yeah, Mr. Taylor. Since I met him, I actually met him and one of his best friends, Sam Ure, who's recently passed away.
Mm-hmm.
When I met those two, they were some of my biggest supporters in Murfreesboro, and they're actually responsible for me meeting a lot of the other people I've met in Murfreesboro in my journey of turning pro. And they, since Mr. Ure's passed away, his family, they've still been in my corner every step of the way. I literally talk to somebody in his family every week, and that definitely doesn't go unnoticed. I definitely appreciate it. Anytime I'm looking for a location or somewhere I need to do anything, like one of my self-defense classes, Mr. Taylor opened up his doors for me. He's when I was doing the coat drive, when I was planning the coat drive, I'll kind of go ahead and touch on that. I met a lady. I did a radio interview in Murfreesboro with WGNS, and I met a lady who works hand in hand a lot with the homeless, and she kind of told me a little bit about what she does. And so I knew we had a homeless problem in Murfreesboro, but I really didn't think like it was of the magnitude. But about a week or so later, man, I had a dream that I was out and I was homeless and I was cold. And so when I woke up from the dream, like the thought popped in my head, like we get in our cars, we walk out of our warm house, go get in a warmed up car, go to a warm job. We're cold just for that split second in that transition. But imagine if we were out there for 24 hours of the day. So that made me come up with the idea that I wanted to try to do my part to help and do the coat drive. So I made a post on Facebook. I was just kind of in my mind. I was thinking, well, maybe if I can get like 20 coats, I'll take them to one
testing the waters.
Yeah, I'll get like 20 coats. I'll go pass them out, and it's just the least I can do. Well, the post kind of took off on me. I posted, Mr. Taylor said I could have people deliver to his karate schools, and in a week and a half, I ended up with like 120 coats. So
that's awesome, man. That's awesome. It's something that we all take for granted. Earlier, I was joking about, it was cold as hell down here. It's cold as hell. So I mean, that's huge. Being cold, being warm, being dry, and having something to eat just is something that we take for granted every single day. And I'm glad you took time out of your life, out of your schedule to go ahead and reach out and help. Big kudos, man. Takes a big man to think about somebody other than themselves, because everybody in today's society puts me first and me in front of everybody else. So it's refreshing to see.
I do want to tell them though. A lot of people didn't hear about it in time, or they heard about it because after the part that kind of really went viral was when I went to deliver the coats with the lady, Miss Carolyn Young and Angela Bingham, who helped me kind of
facilitate.
Kind of facilitated. We went to one of the homeless camps, and it was kind of mind blowing. Like I had no idea that
all the clothes up on the lines, and
right,
the tents
exactly,
out there.
all the tents
Tent
out.
City.
And it was literally like something you would just thought you would only see in a movie in real life. And so when I posted the pictures and the videos from it, I think a lot of my followers got the same reaction that I had actually being there, and I didn't even really post, but probably about half of it. And so it kind of was like a wake up call for a lot of the people who I'm friends with on social media. And so I kind of went ahead and let them know, because while I was there, the lady told me she was doing a Christmas dinner on the 21st, and she said she had been here for about 15 years helping the homeless in Murfreesboro, and she does this Christmas dinner out of pocket by herself, cooking all the food herself.
If we wanted to contribute to that, where would we do so? How would we help? How can the people at home get involved?
So I posted about it on Monday,
okay.
And by Tuesday, we have more than enough help when it comes to food.
Okay.
We've had a couple restaurants reach out. A lot of people I've talked to directly are providing food. So now what we want to get help on is they definitely need more clothes. They need shoes. They need pants. They need socks, toiletries. All those things can be delivered to Bill Taylor School of Karate.
Okay. And that's out on Broad Street?
Yes, on Broad Street, right beside the Stones River Country Club. But yeah, you can drop all your stuff off there between now and then. Or if you're able to come to the event is going to be on the 21st at the AmeriCare off of, it's on South Walnut Street.
Off the square?
Yeah. No, it's, like off Church Street.
Yeah.
Off the,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. It's off South.
South Walnut.
Yeah, South Walnut. It's right on the other side of the square in Murfreesboro.
And so we're going to start feeding at 2 p.m., but if you want to come out and assist with serving.
21st, 2 p.m.
Yep.
The
we'll
AmeriCare
get there
building?
about 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys, you heard it. Be there the 21st. Stop there before you go to the country club, please. Lend a helping hand. Feel better about your terrible golf swing. I want. That was terrible. That was, yeah. But guys, February 22nd. I'm throwing a lot of dates at you, but this is one you're going to want to put in your calendar. It's the one that I am the most excited about. TriStar Boxing is going to Tunica. We're going to the Expo Center, just a block away from all the casinos, all the fun places to be. It's the week after Valentine's Day, so after you have to do the honey-do stuff on Valentine's Day, you can take a vacation with all your boys, with whoever you want. Drive down to Tunica. We're going to be there all weekend.
Come down with me.
Yep, February 22nd. What's your favorite number?
10.
10? 10 black. Rydell, $100 bill right now. He called it up. He called a knockout. We're going 10 black. We do not promote gambling in any way, shape, or form.
Unless you're betting on me.
Unless you're going to do it. But I do want to thank Rydell for coming out. We got a couple more comments that I'm going to get put up on the screen here in just a second. Our grip over here, Brian Keach, nice enough to put the studio in his house. He's helping us bring LOL not being.
So, we pretty much have an opponent for Tunica. It'll be my first 6-round fight. And
you going 6?
Yeah, I'm going 6 rounds. It'll be the first 6
You better
rounds.
get a jump rope.
Man, I know, right? I got a little time. And the guy we're fighting it'll kind of be a good step up fight. He's a veteran fighter. I think he has like 40 or 50 fights.
Yeah.
So that'll be my 6th fight, and I know he's about 40 or 50 fights in. So it'll be good to be in there and test myself against a veteran fighter.
We've got 2 fights to get ready for the 3rd fight for the 6-rounders.
Yeah, but don't get it twisted. I'm knocking him out too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. You heard it here. It's promised. We're going to go knockout first round in South Carolina. That way we can have a real short break for the fairgrounds. Mm-hmm. And then fairgrounds, I'm going to give you 2nd round.
Yeah, I'm going to give y'all the 2nd round because, people be getting on me about coming to see me fight.
Now, you have a new opponent. I hear you have a new opponent.
In
South Carolina.
Yeah.
So, we lost the last opponent.
Yeah, we lost him today. He didn't want no smoke.
Unforeseen circumstances, and he's no longer going to be at the fight. But we have somebody who's stepping in on short notice, but is, in my opinion, probably a higher caliber fighter. So, are you ready?
Man, is he ready?
Is he ready? William Hunter, we're always on like the refrigerator. We plug in and you know it. Marcus Smith, shout out. What's going on, buddy? That's my CBD provider right there. Will Hunter, Tampa, Biloxi, Tunica, and Cashville, TriStar, and Right Hook are going to boom in 2020. I'm working with Matt Tipping a UFC Fight Pass 4 in 2020. Okay.
Nice. That sounds good.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm super excited. I am gonna go ahead and level with everybody. I'm a huge UFC fan, and I watch UFC more than I watch boxing.
I like boxing better.
But boxing is more of a pure sport with talent. But I like a little bit of the gruesome, dirty dirt that UFC has to offer. And I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's more entertaining to me than boxing. But boxing, you can tell it takes so much, and it's more of just a pure.
I tell people you got to have more of you have to have a longer attention span to watch boxing.
You do.
Unless
it's like watching golf.
Yeah, unless it's the big heavyweights or a fighter that you know is just a knockout artist, you got to have a pretty long attention span. But in UFC, it's like it can be over at any time. Yeah. So I like watching it too, but I could never get with that.
Yeah, no, it's the only chance I got. You see these right here? Yeah, exactly. Neither do I. So boxing ain't happening for me, folks. But
UFC not happening.
Yeah.
My parents always told me to keep my feet on the floor.
That's good. That's good. They were trying to save on the hospital bills, I think.
I guess.
Did you ever break any bones as a kid?
Football.
Your bones, not other people's bones.
Nah, playing football, my own bones.
Okay, all right. You said football was your favorite sport. What position did you play?
Man, growing up, I played a little bit of everything. I played running back, receiver, tight end, linebacker.
You were all over the field.
Yeah, I've been pretty much all over.
Okay. Man, I got put together one time. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was on special teams, and they did an onside kick, and everyone on my team, I was talking all sorts of crap in practice the day before. Because I like to talk, as you both may know.
Yeah.
But, so they all left me out there high and dry. So I recovered the ball and, was up holding the ball and just got leveled by everybody on the other team all at the same time. Bottom of the dog pile. Not one person on my team tried to block, tried to help in any way, shape, or form. It was terrible. Mom, you remember. So Tunica is going to be February 22nd. Nashville is January 16th. December 14th, Rock Hill, South Carolina. That's this Saturday. If you go on TriStar Boxing's page and you want to get tickets to the January 16th fight in Nashville, you can reach out to myself, you can reach out to Rydell, or you can reach out on TriStar's page itself, and Matt will get back with you. Get your tickets now. Tables are selling out fast.
Yeah, all my supporters reach out to me and let me know what you want as far as tables is concerned. Online tickets for my supporters, there is a Rydell Mays ticket link on that TriStar Boxing page, so make sure you click my name so I can get credit for your attendance. And I'll still have some physical general admission tickets for the people who don't like buying tickets online, so just reach out to me.
General admission's $30. And $30 night of the fight at the door if you're late as well. But we if you're super late, Shane Miller, you're late to everything. Yeah, I see you over there with your comments on Facebook. Lies. But shout out Shane Miller, Liberty Mutual. He's not my insurance agent because I couldn't deal with him in person, but I have Blake Pro with Liberty Mutual sits right next to him. So shout out to both of those fine fellas over there and their boss, Jason Shields, who pays for all of my wife's crashes. She does that a lot. But I want to go ahead and just let everybody know, if you have a chance to get out to any of these fights and see the work that really gets put in to making these events happen and that the fighters put in to get to where they are, it is something truly amazing to see. And once you go once, you're going to be addicted and you're going to want to go back over and over and over. First pro boxing that I ever went to was in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and Rydell was actually on the card. I watched one of his fights. Senna was fighting that fight, and Senna's going to be at the fairgrounds as well. And those two guys really made me fall in love with it, and I've been to every single event that they've had since, and it's definitely worth it. It is family friendly, so if you can't get a babysitter, bring them, okay? If you can get a babysitter, get dressed up. It's a party at a boxing event. There's a live DJ, and it's pretty good. Cliffy, is that his name? Cliffy?
Yeah,
Cliffy
D.
Cliffy D. He's our DJ.
Sometimes the kid shows up with his drum set.
Oh yeah, they had battle of the bands. The bands versus the DJ.
Jason Kidd Peterson.
Jason Kidd Peterson.
The drummer for Upchurch the Redneck.
Cliffy D is my cousin.
He is?
No, I'm just playing.
I was gonna say, yeah, different mom, adopted for sure. Yeah, he's Upchurch the Redneck's drummer.
Yeah.
And he's a bad man pajama. He battles the DJ, and it's one heck of a battle. Last show that we were at, there was actually people line dancing. Pretty sure. So I don't know if that is a positive thing or a negative thing, but it's a thing. And we have lots of great sponsors, guys. There's food, there's drink, everything. But more than that, it's a good group of people all getting together to support fine young men that have put in hours and hours of work to get to the level that they've gotten to. And it is not amateur hour by any means. These are professional boxers in a professional atmosphere who are going to work. And I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited. What is next for Rydell Mays? After these 3 fights are up and you're 6-0, where do we go?
Man, we just keep building. Just keep building from there. Getting ready so we're in a position for when that big fight comes.
What's your favorite workout? Because people at home, for some reason, everybody right now is addicted to everybody's diet and everybody's workout. I'm born perfect, so I don't have to worry about either of those two things. But everybody at home always wants to know. Every single time I get home, my wife always asks me, "Oh, are they on a special diet? Do they have a special workout?" Da, 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 da. And I never think to ask that because I'm not into either of those two things. But for the people at home who do care.
I mean, I'm a heavyweight, so I'm probably not the best person to ask when it comes to diet.
No, I wanted you to give me your awesome diet, so that way when I do it, when I go home, I don't get yelled at.
Nah, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Are you
eat everything?
Are you eating raw eggs like Rocky?
Nah, heck no. For what?
I don't know. Cola? Brian, do you have any questions on the comment board for us?
William Hunter says he's not UFC. He's not bringing UFC to the fights. He has dates on UFC. Boxing dates on UFC.
Like ring girls?
I don't know what he's
Is he
saying.
dating
No,
ring
he's
girls?
talking about UFC Fight Pass is their TV channel,
Yeah.
and they do some boxing shows. And so I guess he's talking about actually some of the TriStar boxing shows being televised on that UFC Fight Pass channel in
that'd be
2020.
Yeah, I definitely fully support that. As somebody who got tricked into paying for ESPN Plus, I think that'd be huge. That's definitely an excuse for me to utilize that for sure. Guys, I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. I can't wait to see this guy fight. He's got to get some rest, get some sleep. He's fighting this Saturday, and I want everybody to tune in. We are going to share that live stream on TriStar Boxing's page as soon as it becomes available, so you can check him out as well. Any closing remarks, anything you want to say?
Just keep supporting me. I'll keep fighting for you, Murfreesboro. I appreciate it.
Murfreesboro, Tennessee. This is our guy, Rydell Super Mays Jr., the one and only. I'm hyped. I hope you're hyped. Brian has no idea how to stop the live feed.
I've got a pretty good idea.
Just click this button that says
Okay.
stop. But we're out. Good night. Thank you, everybody.
See you.